Annyeonghaseyo! Welcome to Afternoona Delight, where Lia, Megan, and Amy, romance novelists and your K-romance guides. So grab some dekboki and listen to your new favorite unnies.
Hey everybody, it is Leah Riley.
Hello, it's Megan.
Hi there, it's Amy.
Oh, nice. Nice that you dogged me on the surname. Nice.
We mentioned last week that we don't need to say our last name every time.
Can, though.
You are full. You know what? I am branding.
You're allowed to.
I am branding myself, but you both made a choice.
I think I made the choice, and then Amy just followed me.
I'm just the fun-hearted, romping one. I don't need to give my whole name. I'm just lighthearted.
I don't think they need the last name to distinguish between us.
I mean, I don't know.
You know what? I'm not. I am who I am.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can introduce yourself however you want. You could say that you're Frodo. I would be like, sure, that's fine.
I'm not going to forget this though.
Okay.
Every week.
Wow, this is like a major affront. I was not expecting it.
All right. Well, you have an update for us, correct, Leah?
A little one, because I know you've got stuff to get into.
Right.
So, because I know everyone is on tenterhooks with this, after last week when I had not slept properly for 48 hours and had secured night 2 of the J-Hope Hope on the Stage concert in Seoul, I was like, look, but I got to see night 1. So what does that mean? It meant committing to the path of pain is what it meant. And it meant that I had to say, you know what? Those last 48 hours sucked, but I was victorious. It took me, friends, 5 more days of pain. 5 more days of setting my alarm. So the strategy I employed was I stayed in the queue at all times because the queue kind of took between 4 to 10 hours at a pop. But I could kind of guess based on the numbers how long it would take me. And so if it was nighttime, and I was like going to bed at like midnight or 1, and I could say I was like 2000th in the queue, I'd be like, okay, it's probably going to start coming through around 4 a.m. But just in case, I got to set my alarm for 3 to like check it. So I'd like set it at 3. So I slept on the couch because I couldn't sleep in my family bed. That's cruel to my partner. So I slept on the couch and I would just like get up. I'd put on my glasses and then it's like 4 a.m. and you're in the ticket buying booth, like having to like just click on blank boxes, like, I think out of those 5 days, 6 times I saw a seat pop up, 1 seat in a room. Mm-hmm. So it's like Ticketmaster. You see a seat pop up. First, it's like it only would pop up in like very inconvenient time, like 3 a.m, 4:30 in the morning. I would click on it and it would be like sold. And I just had to be like, keep your cool. It's fine. Your ship's coming in. Don't you worry. You got this. One was so bad that I was like clicking the seats fast, like the sections. So they were starting to scroll and a seat popped up, but I had clicked so fast that it like scrolled past it.
Oh,
and
no.
Then when I went back, of course, the
seat is gone.
Yeah. So 1 a.m, about 3 nights ago, click, click, click. There's a seat in the nosebleeds. I have no idea where. Because you're just in these like nameless rooms. I have no idea where the seat is. Don't give a shit. But it's 1 a.m. I see the blue box. I click on it. This time it doesn't say this ticket's already been sold. This time it says it's going in the cart. And I was like, fucking hot damn. And then again, it's the anxiety of like, is it going to kick me out? Is it going to let me do all the things? Is it going to put me in? And then all of a sudden it was like, enter your number. And I'm like putting in my phone number and I'm clicking. And it's like, enter your number. I'm like putting in my phone number and clicking. I'm like, what? Why? What's happening? And then I realized, oh, there was like a section where it like wanted like my Kakao Talk or like my WhatsApp. Thank God I had a fucking WhatsApp. So I put in my WhatsApp and then all of a sudden I get a thing on my phone that's like, and this didn't happen the last time, where it like verified me to my phone. And I'm like, okay, I don't care, whatever, click, click, click. So it went all the way through and I'm happy to report now I have now secured seats to the 13th and 14th of June, D1 and D2 of the J-Hope concert. I did have to, anyone listening at home, because a few listeners have written to me being like, yeah, I've been trying and I haven't been lucky so far. So far I want to say like this, you can do this. Like this does, like for the
but
second.
It takes 24/7 commitment.
It takes 24/7 commitment. So I was starting to feel I wasn't gonna tap out, but I was feeling more pessimistic the second time because it was taking it was, missing some of these seats. I was like, oh fuck. But then I saw somebody on Twitter be like, oh my God, I just got a ticket. And I reached out to her and I'm like, what'd you do? And she's like, I just walk around with my laptop and my queue going at all times, hotspot to my phone. I'm like, that is what I've been doing. I'm on the right path. I need to, my path I chose was the righteous path. This person it worked for. So I wrote them too after, like some stranger on the internet. I was like, I got the ticket. And they were like, yay. So, but yeah, you've got to lock in. You've got to commit to keeping that queue going. And so I had like a couple people be like, oh, I like log in and like I wait. And then like if I don't, like I'll log back in the next day. Do the process that's going to work for you. But I will say that I do think that when I thought about it heavily, it's a statistics game. You got to be in it. The more times you're in it, the better your chances are.
Mhm.
And so, I mean, look, the first time you do it, you could be the lucky one that just clicks and gets, but I would say that you kind of need to make it like a 24/7 round the clock. As soon as you get knocked out of a queue, you just jump right back in.
I'm very
Congratulations.
I know.
Thank you. I really, Hobie, this time I really worked for it. So if and when OT7 appear in that stadium, I'm going to be like, I earned my moment. Like, that moment feels so satisfying. I'm gonna be, I really earned it.
And you have now done everything you can to be there for a spontaneous reunion.
I did everything I can possibly do. And then today, and then I'll stop with BTS talk because I know that it is of interest to some, but not all. Kim Namjoon posted somebody else posted, but then he reshared a picture of him in a suit fitting. And everyone's like, what's the suit fitting? What's happening? I'm like, girl, I got tickets to the Seoul Music Awards on the 21st. He is nominated. Let's just, I'm just going to say he's getting pretty for me is what he's doing.
Yeah, he is.
And so I'm going to try to manifest that out of the ether as well. But I'm saying it here first. So if it happens later, let me be insufferable about it.
Yes, I don't care. Be insufferable about it. I love it.
Leah Riley likes to be insufferable.
Sometimes you'll like message me about BTS stuff and you're like, sorry, I'll stop now. And I was like, you can keep I will read whatever you want to tell me about BTS.
And it makes you happy. Like,
yeah, I was like, you don't have to stop and you don't have to say, I'm sorry, I'll stop now. Keep going. I'll read it. I might have to take a break and go take care of my children, but I will come back at some point and I will keep reading. I did text her, Leah today because I walked into Sheets and I was like, they're playing BTS. And it wasn't like Dynamite or Butter, which is normally
Blood, Sweat, and Tears.
It was Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which I couldn't remember the name of it. I was like, it's that song that goes money, money, money. Like, I don't even know if that's what they say, but I don't know if they're saying money.
It's not what they're saying.
Okay, but it sounds like it.
I knew exactly what you meant.
Yeah, and I was like really excited. So I was like, oh, it must be a fluke. And then Jenny's solo came on. And I was like,
K-pop playlist.
Well, I was like, what bad bitch is working here playing this K-pop playlist? Like, I want to meet her. Like, where is she? Or he? Where are they?
Where are they?
Where are they? Because I want to meet them.
I'm in a Twitter group chat, and today one of the people in the group chat they waited and waited, and they came in lucky, and they got tickets to Jimmy Fallon, so they got
amazing.
Oh shit, that'll be so fun.
Amazing. I know he's there right now. He's in Denver.
Yeah, I don't know anything else other than, again, like they pulled an all-nighter. They that's the thing. You got to be willing to endure discomfort.
You do. You got to
endure discomfort for sure. For sure.
So, okay.
So
I know you put some stuff to talk
know.
about.
Megan, you guys have a really quick, just a quick add on to that because I had my quarter, like my second quarter review with my boss today, and this is a new boss. Like she's only been my boss since January, and so we were just like talking about stuff, and I had just put in for PTO for July, and I was like, I don't know how it came up, but I was like, I'm going to New Jersey for a K-pop concert. She's like, you are? She's like, I love K-pop. And she's not like into it, like knows all the bands and stuff, but she like watched like the Blackpink like Netflix special.
Aww.
Like she's like, it's crazy like how long they do the training and like they live together. Like I love that she was like all into it. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I said the only thing that like you can liken going to a K-pop concert to is, and she goes like going to a Taylor Swift concert. I'm like, exactly. She's like, I've been to every one of her tours. I was like, I was meant to be working for you. This is meant to be. I love you. So we were just sitting and talking about K-pop and Taylor Swift for like 40 minutes, and it was great.
That's awesome. Aw, you were meant to be.
Well, so
What else
Amy
is
and
meant
I
to
have
be
been
is your algorithm.
DMing. So I never know. My algorithm right now on Instagram really knows me. It's either BL actors kissing, it's on Suho from Week Hero Class, or it's Twilight memes. I have got to talk. Well, speaking of algorithm, by the way, when I first met my husband, no one, like, algorithm wasn't like a word everyone knew. And I remember the first time he mentioned algorithm, I was like, oh my God, like, that is so hot and nerdy. And now just the charm is gone.
Yeah, it's part of the
Everyone knows
zeitgeist.
algorithm. But anyway, so my algorithm is like Twilight memes, and it's
Preface this with
delightful.
you've never seen Twilight or read Twilight.
I've never read or seen Twilight. At this point, I know that we said we were going to exchange movies. I can't watch Twilight because this is the deal. I only want Twilight to exist in my Instagram reels because it's incredible. So like Amy said, it just came out on Netflix, so I feel like it's back into like pop culture a little
Yes.
bit. Like everyone's like watching the movies again. But the reels of it,
They're memeing it, and it's so great.
it's incredible because it's a lot of like behind the scenes stuff. Like I said, Amy,
Not behind the scenes, like pausing.
yeah, actually, it's just it's what's happening in the frame. That's like
yes,
that's like people are like, who like designed
hacky
these
sacking
sets?
with no hacky sack.
Hacky sacking. They're like kicking the air, and it's hysterical. It's like someone zoomed in on them. You could tell production's like, you're playing hacky sack, and the actors are probably like, where's our hacky sack? And they're like,
You don't need one.
don't worry about it. Just kick the air. So they're just like kicking the air. There's another one where they just have a still frame of like some of the vampires sitting at like the school lunch table, I guess. Don't correct me. This is just what I think. But
the Cullens. It's the Cullens.
whatever. The Cullens are sitting at, and their lunch is like, there's one single baby carrot
On the table.
There is a half-peeled banana just face down, like unpeeled part on the table, like a block of cheese in front of someone else. Like, this is what is happening.
And this is stuff that you don't notice when you're like seeing the movie for the first time. I never did.
And then I sent Amy this one that I honestly watched this reel 10 times and I can't stop laughing. But the part where he's carrying her on his back and like running through the woods, I guess to like show how fast he is the part where he calls her a spider
monkey.
Oh, it's great. Anyway, someone paused it to throw the stunt doubles. I'm sorry, I can't. And the stunt doubles look nothing like the actors. And it's also just funny because it's just a girl on a piggyback on a guy. Like, it's just... It's so incredible. I told Amy at this point, Twilight, the movie, is just lore to me. It's like that Shazam movie with Sinbad that like everyone thought happened, but like it never actually happened. That's Twilight now for me. It only exists in Instagram reels.
The Sinbad movie isn't real?
The one that, didn't you ever hear the Mandela effect where like,
yeah. But there wasn't a movie called Shazam with him?
No. Isn't that the one that they say like never actually happened? Shazam.
I think you might be right. Now I need to look it up.
Sinbad. Yeah, it's misremembered as a movie starring Sinbad, but it was not. Sinbad wasn't in it.
Okay.
So but like the Mandela effect was we all thought that's
right.
what happens. Just like, you know. So at this point, like Twilight's just the Mandela effect. Like it's not actually real. And it's delightful. Like I want like I told Amy, like I want more of this. So like I want people to watch Twilight.
Sitting down at the table like
oh
this.
My God,
Edward's sitting down and just placing his 2 fingers on each hand on the table and like lowering himself down.
It's so funny. It's so funny. And the thing is, like, I just love it. I kind of wish now. Well, no, I do wish. And now, like, I had. Well, no, actually, no, I'm happy.
You need
I
to
never
see a
watched
vampire C-section now because
I'm just so happy with this.
Vampire C-section or vampire all-you-can-eat buffet?
I mean, call it what you want.
Is there a difference?
I can't tell you how much joy this is giving me. Every time one comes up, I send it to Amy, and she like we're just dying. Like, it's just so funny.
They're really funny. Like the stuff that you like, the hacky sack was the first one I think that I saw, and I was like, this is ridiculous.
I am sure plenty of movies that came out around that time have very similar things, but it's more fun that it's Twilight. Like, it's just more fun.
And look, I saw everyone except the first one I saw in the theaters because I didn't get into Twilight until after the first movie came out. And I got two of my friends who were not big readers to read the books. Like this, this is what hooked them. And we read all the books together and we saw the movies together, and it was like a joyous occasion. And I loved them. And like my daughter read all the books and watched the movies, and we love them. But we also we know what we're getting into with these, and I enjoy the memes of it all as well.
They're incredible. I saw you actually just put one in my DMs, and I haven't seen it yet. So I will look at it when we are done recording, because I haven't seen that one. I love it so much. Like, I'm just telling any of you listening.
It's a bad lip reading that I just sent you.
I think I've seen. If you're listening and you have my personal Instagram and you've come across a Twilight meme, send it to me. I don't care. Like, just send it to me, because it's so delightful. It's bringing me a lot of joy. And I'm not making fun of I'm really not. Like, it's just
I'm not offended as a Twilight fan.
It's all these people discovering Twilight for the first time, and also Twilight's just this own category. Like, Twilight exists on its own, sort of like
it's its own universe.
It's its own universe. Anyway, I'm just really happy about it. Okay, so this is uncensored, so that's kind of why we had a long intro.
We do what we want.
Yeah, we do what we want. But we do have some topics to talk about.
Yeah, so as always for Uncensored, we toss out a post on our Patreon to see what our patrons want to know or want to ask us. And I say we just get right to the really fun one right now, and it's Gavin, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I was gonna say that's
they're all
good. They are all fun, but
they are all fun. But this is really funny, and I think we need to address it.
It's a good segue, because it's
off,
more.
Yes,
I send Twilight memes to Amy, but with Gavin, we have been DMing each other Hung Day Guy memes, because he's the best. So let's talk about Hung Day Guy, because I am sure if you're on social media, he's got to have come up in your feed. If you're on K-pop or Korean type entertainment social media,
and if you're not, just go into your search bar on Instagram and type Hung Day Guy, and it'll be the first thing that pops up. And
so it's Sean Solo, and he spells it SEAN Solo, and his Instagram is It's Sean Solo. So ITSSEANSOLO. And he does impressions of what he calls the Hung Day Guy. And so
he'll do typical Korean guy.
Yes.
And then he'll do the Hong Dae guy version.
So I've not been to Hongdae. I know nothing about Hongdae. Do not come for me about Hongdae if you love
It's a
Hongdae.
meme. It's a meme.
It's a meme.
It's a meme. And
what he's doing is making fun of Korean fuckboys. That's exactly what he's doing. It's the Korean version of a fuckboy. That is who this guy is mocking. And it's pretty hysterical. Because at this point he has very specific things he says. It's, do you live alone? And are you open-minded? Mm-hmm. And put your number in my iPhone 16 Pro Max.
And so Gavin's question is, do you consider yourself quote unquote open-minded? And put your number in Hongdae Guy's iPhone 16 Pro Max. And look, I would fall for college me would have totally fallen for Hongdae Guy.
I said to Gavin, 20-year-old me would have given Hongdae Guy a chance.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like pre-Neil. Yes.
Well, fair. Okay.
If I'm gonna be love bombed by a hot Korean guy when I'm a hot young girl, yeah. Not now.
I would have, just because
now.
I would have been like, sure, let's get this experience out of the way.
I mean, who am I kidding? Because look, here,
Leah, you.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so
why are you acting like you didn't have a whole face?
Oh, well, I mean, I had a huge hoe phase, but I was trying to think if this would work for me. But look, yeah, no, I mean, like, I've lived the hoe phase traveling because, like, I'm thinking, like, once I went to Canada and there was, like, a hockey something happening. I don't even know what was going on. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make out with some hockey player guy in the bar. I don't even know who's the lucky boy gonna be. We'll find out. And I hoe phase like some Canadian dude. Like, I don't even know. That was just like, hey, put your number in my
iPhone 16
Pro Max, eh?
my pager, eh?
my Nokia
Yeah.
back then. I don't know.
Back
My
then,
Motorola
I think it was
Flip.
I think it was a pager.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
pager.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I definitely look, I'd like to say I'm not that basic. Absolutely that basic. I was telling someone recently that like one of my Amy's gonna be taking the train this summer. She's taking the Amtrak. Best high school hookup of all my entire career was in an Amtrak bathroom.
There you
With
go.
somebody I met on the train.
See? And you think you wouldn't give Hongdae guy your number?
Right.
The conductor had to
She would be Hongdae guying the Hongdae guy.
Put your number in my pager. In my BlackBerry.
She'd be like, Anyong.
I'm young.
I had and so when I say I had a whole face, it's a very, very particular moment in time because I had a very shy, kind of like uncertain, like interested in the concept, but like besides my Amtrak like glory ride, besides that, I was like a very like, high school, like I was just kind of more scared of people. Like if I had a crush on somebody, I didn't want to talk to them.
Yeah.
Then in college, I was kind of like a serial monogamist for about a year and a half. And then I had this like under a year, just like blaze of glory. And then met Nick and got locked up. So, I mean, I shudder to think what would have happened if I could be, who knows what, the sky was my limit.
I mean, look, my hoe phase only lasted like a month in college and then I met Neil, but I did a lot in a month. And I'm really proud of that month. And Hongdae guy would have gotten it for sure.
Yeah, I think I would have just been like, sure, yes, I think I think I would have been like, I actually am going to seek this experience out.
Right.
And like,
Same.
Yeah.
and Hongdae, the Hongdae guy.
Same. And I get it though. Like he makes fun of the Hongdae guy because he's like, I've seen an interview with this guy, Sean Solo, before. I don't want to put like words in his mouth, but I've seen where he's like it's a little predatory. They're just looking for like, foreign girls who are quote like open-minded. He said he thinks Hongdae smells of like desperation. I heard him say that before. Which is just like, so, I mean,
spray.
We've all been there. Have you been to a college bar? Because that's exactly what a college bar smells like.
It's a choice. It
is. Like we've all been to places like this, but it's just his social media is hilarious. And I think it's because, in my opinion, no matter where you live, someone like a Hongdae guy, or you like. It's not about Hongdae.
You've experienced
it's about
it. Yeah.
this type of guy because they're everywhere. So that's what's so funny about it. But it's obviously specific to the Korea and the words they use and things like that. But it's fantastic, and it was funny because Gavin was one of the main pushers of me to watch Weak Hero Class. Okay, so I watched Weak Hero Class, and then a meme came across my Instagram. Clearly, I'm on Instagram too much. And it was the Hongdae guy's voice over Baku, which is one of the characters of Weak Hero Class. And it's perfect. Like, if you're going to pick, like, a Hongdae guy, it's probably, like, Baku from Weak Hero Class, like, sort of. And so I sent that to Gavin, just, like, could not stop laughing about it. So I was like, now it's, like, the two, like, Weak Hero Class and, like, my Hongdae guy meme have, like, collided. It was really funny.
That's awesome. All right. So at this point now it's like no thank you, no diseases, no nothing.
Right. Now I'd be like, oh God. Like I seriously
what's he gonna do? Come to me and say Ajuma?
I would be an Ajuma.
Hey, look, this could be an Ajusi Hongdae guy. He's like,
are there Ajusis in Hongdae?
I mean, there's always an Ajusi.
Is there a 40-year-old fuckboy in Hongdae? Then, I mean, if I was single, I don't know.
No.
Probably still no.
But 20, yeah. I would have just been, let's try it. Let's try it.
Honestly, I would hear the pounding music and be like, I'm done. Too old for this. Too old. I don't want to hear the bass. I gotta go home. I want to go get some deck pokey and go home.
If I can feel the bass in my chest, I'm too old to be there.
So true. Unless it's a K-pop concert.
Exactly.
All right, we have there's wild questions in
These
here.
are great. Like, thank
Um,
you, Patreon. Like, these are great.
There's gonna be one I'm gonna circle back to. Here's a really easy one though that I just think I'm curious because we've never discussed it. So this is from Jeannie, which is, when you watch a drama on Viki, do you mute the comments or do you ride in the Delulu way of narration that always takes place within an episode? So when you watch on Viki, there's like people who like leave live comments as they go, so you can read them, or do you turn them off? I turn them off every time.
I've never watched with the comments.
Never
on.
watched with Vicky comments. Ever.
No.
And I think one time they got turned on by accident and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I hated it.
That would be too distracting. Yeah. No, I mean, I don't. No.
So this says that they've learned so much reading the comments.
Fair. And I'm not
absolutely.
saying, I think part of it for me though is that would be so distracting to me. And one of the things I love most about like watching K-dramas is I just feel very immersed in like the world. Like I want to be immersed in the world, and I don't want like comments taking me out of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
So
I feel like it's when I watch something with somebody and they're like, no offense, Amy, like, I know what's going to happen. Let me talk about what's going to happen. And I'm like,
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, absolutely. I am that person, but like, not for a K-drama. Yeah, like, it's also like my linear brain too. Like, I'm already paying attention to two things, right? I'm paying attention to what's on the screen, like acting wise, and I'm also paying attention to the subtitles. If there's also this running stream of comments, I would miss so much of what's going on.
Yeah, I can't multitask that much. Come on. My brain is very small.
all right. You want to pick one?
Yeah. So I actually like this one, but this might be a little bit of like some longer answers, but I really like it. So Vicky said, is there one particular moment from a drama you've seen that in one fell swoop made it a top 10 for you?
I thanked her for this question because it's going to let me talk about one of my favorite things again that I haven't talked about in a while. And for me, that's the end of episode 11 in The King Eternal Monarch. Like, that is the episode that made that drama in my top 10. And if you haven't watched The King Eternal Monarch, that's also the drama that had me fall for Lee Min-ho. And he is the king of Korea with a C. And in that scene, he is riding a white horse through the streets of, is it like Busan? In like our world, it would have been. Is that where it is?
I think so. I think they're in Busan.
Yeah. Right. But he's in a parallel universe to save the heroine who's been like drugged and like chased and beaten and whatever. And she's standing in the middle of the street. It's Kim Go-on. And he's riding his horse through the street with a sword, telling all of his cavalry, like, protect her. She's the future queen of Korea. And it's one of the best things I've ever seen ever in my life in K-drama. Still to this day, after 4+ years of watching. So yeah, that is the episode that made that drama top for me.
For me, there's a couple. I haven't talked about this in a while. I'm not gonna belabor it because I've talked about it a bunch, but that would be I call it the reset scene from I Am Not a Robot. That scene broke me open. I'll never forget it. I love that scene so much. I'm not going to say anything about it just because you got to watch the movie, and or drama, and if you've seen it, you know what I mean. And then the second, actually, I was thinking about this, and it was funny because I read this Patreon question earlier today, and then again, I saw an Instagram reel of this drama, and I was like, this is it. All of Us Are Dead. And I don't think I talk about this. I don't think I've really talked about this scene, or at least I haven't since we covered it. So I was loving All of Us Are Dead to begin with. There's a lot of emotion, a lot of depth to All of Us Are Dead. But I remember there was this one scene where I was like, yes, I want emotion, but I also want to be like surprised by a plot. And especially when it comes to zombies, I like creative zombies. Like Happiness had like some cool zombie lore. All of Us Are Dead did as well. So there's a scene where Chong-san, who's essentially our lead, like you love Chong-san. He's like a total like unexpected hero, and he's fighting Guinam. And Guinam is essentially like the villain. When the zombie apocalypse like breaks out in their school, Guinam like kills the principal, and Chong-san sees him. So of course Guinam's like, "Oh, Chong-san, you have to die now because you saw me kill the president." Which I was like, "Buddy, there are bigger problems. Like, yes, you should not kill your president, but there are also greater problems going on." Oh, principal. There are greater problems. Like everyone's turning into a zombie. So like Chong-san is like not your problem right now. But anyway, there's this massive fight scene between Guinam and Chong-san in the library.
Yeah,
and
that's
it is the coolest fucking scene because there's zombies all among the bookcases, and they're fighting on top of the bookcases. And at one point, they have to run there's like two rows of bookcases, and they have to like avoid each other. Like Guinam's trying to kill Chong-san, and like Chong-san at this point knows that Guinam's trying to kill him. And eventually Chong-san prevails. Okay, he like gets Guinam off the bookcases. Guinam like falls to the ground, and all the zombies get to him. And you're thinking, okay, good, the villain's dead. Like there's other problems. And Chong-san leaves, and then they go back to Guinam, and he's just lying there with like bloody bite marks on him.
And one eye.
And he opens up that one eye. And you're just like, holy shit. Like, because you're like, oh shit, this is going to change everything. There's something different about Guinam, and there is. And it changes the whole drama. It gives all new lore to like the zombies of All of Us Are Dead. And it's truly, when I think of All of Us Are Dead to be like, yes, there's like emotionally driven scenes. Like, don't get me wrong. And I love those too. But that scene for me is one that just sticks with me because it was such a, like, I can't imagine the acting of that scene, the choreography of that scene, the fighting on top of the bookcases while the zombies are trying to get them. It was so cool. And I remember thinking, like, this has got to be a top drama for me. It has to be. And then, of course, it pulled through and lived up to the hype and was fantastic. But I would say, like, that scene for me was just so pivotal for that drama.
And it is sad in that scene to watch the library get destroyed.
It is very sad.
Yeah. But otherwise, it's a very cool scene.
Can you think of one, Lia? Because I have another one, too.
Yeah, of course I can, but go for it.
Are you sure?
Sure.
Okay. So my second one, and then this is the only one I'll mention, is from Love Between Fairy and Devil. I think about this scene all the time as well. So this is where I'm going to give a little bit of a spoiler for all of us, Love Between Fairy and Devil. But to be honest, so much happens in that drama. Like, you wouldn't even remember this by the time.
It's probably going to sound like something new right now to me because it's been so long since I've seen it. It's so long.
You'll remember this part.
I know.
So it's Moon Supreme and Orchid. That's like the love story, okay? And Moon Supreme is at this point in the drama, Orchid is dead, or at least he thinks she's dead. And he is injured, and essentially he's like on fire, and he's unconscious. And in his dream state, he's with Orchid, and they are in like her cute little like orchid home, and in wherever they are in like the fairy place, doesn't matter. And they're like lovey-dovey, and they're happy, and he knows this is a dream. He is aware that this is a dream. He knows that if he stays in this dream, he is going to die. And he's like, fuck it. I don't care. I will just to have this. I will die just to have this dream with the love of my life. And I will stay here with her because that is how much I love her. And that is how much I miss her.
So good.
I mean, spoiler, she's does wake up.
And she's not dead.
Yeah. But I remember thinking, holy shit. Like that and like, what's so cool is like the cinematography of it, like the whole dream world is kind of like shattering around him because like reality is crashing in, and he's like clinging to this fantasy dream of her that isn't real. He knows it isn't real, but he wants it to be real so bad.
It's gut-wrenching.
It's so gut-wrenching. It's incredible. I mean, I absolutely love that drama. It's my top for a reason. Or one of my top, sorry.
Okay. I am going to go through just short. I'm going to be short. But I'm going to do a moment from each of what is now my new top 3. So, Mr. Sunshine, not going to be turning over any new stones, but the iconic touching of the skirt where you see this this boy who'd grown up is part of the untouchable class. He hates himself. He hates his love interest. He loves his love interest. She's from the upper class. It's just there's a lot of pain and suffering and lust and longing and deep love. And it all boils down to this moment when he touches her skirt and doesn't want to let go. And it's the beautiful red silk skirt because she's of the upper class, and he's has this moment of touching it. And everybody who's watched Mr. Sunshine knows this moment. But when I saw that, I was fuck, this is amazing. So that's 1. 2 is Reply 1988. And there's a moment in Reply 1988. I realized this week that Megan and I kind of rock on the same angst wagon vibes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious if this moment sticks out for you because we've been talking about another drama and we were riding the same emotional highs on it. So it's in Reply 1988, and it's when we have who we now know is going to be the second lead. They're out to dinner as a group, and he confesses to the heroine. And he does this whole thing where because the whole drama, his whole thing was he was Mr. Wait. Mr. couldn't get up the nerve to do it. So relatable to me when I was saying I was a nervous high schooler of just not wanting to confess to people. So he kind of held this in, eventually just misses his shot. The shot passes him by. She gets with someone else, and they sit down and they're at this meal, and he confesses to her and he lays it all out. And watching it, I felt I was in a fever dream of what is happening and why is he doing it now and what is going on. And then when he finishes confessing, he's just kidding. And
killed me.
And in a way, it was the catharsis of doing what he did. He was able to get out those feelings he'd bottled up for so long, and letting it go hopefully was less painful than, holding it in. The confession was totally beautiful. And it just was no dream sequence, but he just hedges it at the end. And she's looking at him just what the fuck? And then he's just yep, kid, gotcha. And moves on with his day. That was his imperfect for that character and how that character processes things. So painful.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third is going to be this drama is a name I cannot get for the life of me, but I think it's Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo.
Yeah. I hate that. Well, yeah, we'll talk about the title.
Now it's in my top 3 now. It has become my third top drama. And there is a scene in the second, I believe, episode where it is 2 boys deciding that they want to kiss really bad. I can't handle it. It is so cute. It is so crazy. It is so high school. And this is not it's a drama that starts in high school and then has a time jump to the future. So you don't feel if you're hesitant on watching high school dramas or high school romances, this does not stay set in high school. But you just very much get these 2 at their most innocent, where they're just pure, the world is good and we just need to make this happen and we just need to figure out where to go. And they're outside being do we go in the tunnel? Should we go under this bridge? They're trying to figure out where is a good spot to go and have their makeout session. And it's really adorable to watch them problem solve. And it feels very honest, and it feels very sweet. And it also feels very scary because something's coming that's going to break them apart. And at that moment, they're so perfect, but you're I'm only on episode 2. This is going to go well.
Right. They're so happy and affectionate and they feel full of promise at that age. And yeah, it's hard to watch.
Everything is they just are everything's going to work out for us. We have each other. We're going to move to Seoul together. Because they're in the countryside. Life is opening up. We are on the cusp of everything and we're going to do it together.
Yeah.
And now we're going to kiss about it.
Yeah, and they hide in like this van and they'll kiss in the van, like little
They're
like
having to be like, okay, you turn your head to the
Yeah.
left, you turn your head to the right. Like they're trying to like talk it.
let's not bump noses. We got to figure this out. I know it's really
Oh my
sweet.
God, it was so cute. And that's when I was like, I'm out. Like I was like, my heart was like, doo-dum, doo-dum. And I was like, I'm all in on this drama.
I realized that as much as high school dramas are not my favorite, I do have something about first loves that I really love. That really hit me. But I think I like a drama with a time jump then to show them as adults. Like I love the first love thing, but then I want to see like way back love. You get to see like this beautiful first love, but then show me them as adults too. Like I don't know, there's something about that I'm finding I really really like. K-dramas do that a lot. So like it does fill my bucket. I would say Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo did it top.
Yeah.
Top tier.
And we are going to be doing a drama on it, Megan.
Podcast.
A pod. Sorry.
Yeah.
The drama.
Yeah. It's okay. We will. Don't worry. I'm going to make all of you watch it.
So, Amy, do you want to pick one?
Yeah. So I just had one. Where did it go? Okay. So this is from Courtney. Do you prefer a misunderstood / bad boy male lead with lots of internal boo-boos or a well-adjusted, clearly therapized green flag hero?
No. Give me the red flag guy. Come on. All the time. That's what I want.
It's the fantasy, but also I'm also like, can this be a why choose? Like, can I have Eunho from Love Scout and also have, like Choi Young-do from The Heirs? Can I have them both?
I feel like, look, can I have them both and make it a BL? And
Yeah,
there you go.
Because I feel like this actually really ties into Let Free the Curse of the Taekwondo quite a bit, which is, I mean, I wouldn't say like they're young at the beginning, but look, I'm going to say one is very green flag, the greenest of flags. And I would say pretty therapized, like maybe not the beginning, but once we have that time jump, they are a fully realized, emotionally healthy, good game and giving. And then we have the most damage. I mean, I'm going to say bad boy is a stretch, but I'm going to say good people do bad things.
Yeah. And emotionally repressed.
Yeah. Emotionally damaged hero.
Absolutely.
In the garbage can of emotions. Like he's like, throw me away. Just take me and throw me in the garbage.
They have been shredded in a garbage disposal. They are strips of skin.
Yeah. And so you put those two together and I'm like, what the? So I don't know. Look, I'm going to say, but like that wasn't the question of can I have both? So if I have to.
No, I know.
Oh, God.
I mean, in real life.
Oh, I know.
Right. Like I talked about.
But if you're giving me a K-drama,
right,
I want the bad boy. I want doesn't understand his feelings, is mad about his feelings like Gudong Mei. Mad.
I mean, at the end of the day, if I had to pick one, I'm going to the misunderstood bad boy with internal boo-boos. But I really have a giant love for the therapized green flag. But if I had to go, I'm going with if I had to pick, I'm going with the id of the.
I mean, I guess for me, it depends which one am I going to walk into my house and he's vacuuming it.
That's the green flag.
Well, you never know. A bad boy might get
vacuum.
Might get his catharsis from vacuuming.
He might, but that would be a plot twist.
One I would enjoy.
It's the fourth prince from Moon Lovers. He's like, I've come in forward in time and I like to just vacuum now. Okay, I will do one. And this one is just to me, so I'm just going to hog it, but I'll do it fast because I just talked about Moon Lovers. So Katie said, the world makes no sense, so I'm turning to the stars. Not the gossip ones, though. Boom, boom. Good one. Can astrologer Lia give us the sun, moon, and rising for a favorite character or couple? I'm going to choose a character because I feel like this is a fun one. And I am going to go with Wong So, the fourth prince from Moon Lovers, and I'm going to give his horoscope. So I am going to say that this is a man who is a Scorpio sun, a Scorpio rising, and an Aries moon. And here is why. Because as a Scorpio sun, They're known for having a lot of depth and a lot of passion, but also kind of just like this magnetic pull to like the darker aspects of life. They can be very intense. They can be very possessive. They can struggle with jealousy and insecurity. And they often are like very private and mysterious. So I'm like, so Scorpio sun, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
So the rising is the face you show the world. So basically you've got your sun sign, but then the rising is like, what would people look at when they see you for the first time? A Scorpio is what people look at when they look at Wong So. So for a Scorpio rising, again, like very magnetic, very resilient, like they have a strong will. They have the ability to overcome challenges just through sheer resilience. And they also really crave connections and want people that can kind of match their freak, or at least like let them be vulnerable with. And then we've got this Aries moon. And so Aries moon is like, what's your emotional core? So where is like, what rules your emotions and what kind of drives that? So Aries, god of war, but this is like the Aries moon tends to make people very impulsive, acting on impulse, having fiery emotional dispositions. So they can have intense joy, but they can also have very hot-tempered outbursts. They can be very direct and honest as well. So they can be very blunt. And this guy, all he did was like, once he decided IU was his woman, he's like, you my woman, like over and over and over and over again. So when you put that all together, I think you have a combination that really makes for a person that has a lot of internal conflict and challenges managing emotions. They can have very volatile reactions, positive and negative. And they have this need for like depth and like connection, usually with like one or two, like very intense with a person, but also having this need for kind of independence, I guess, or like, they're going to still make the choices that are going to suit themselves. So that's my astrological reading for Wong So, Fourth Prince, Moon Lovers.
I am impressed. That's a very good one. I thought that you summed him up very well.
I think this would be an amazing. I was like, we've been talking about with summer coming, we're going to do like our summer solo pods. I was like, I should do astrological readings like K-drama characters.
You should. You could do Mr. Sunshine. Like all the leads from Mr. Sunshine.
Yeah.
I would pick a drama that has like a cat, like a well-known cat, and just do. I think that would be an amazing. I would listen to that. I would 100% listen to like an hour of you just talking about that.
So yeah, I'm not saying I'm like the biggest expert in astrology. I would say a strong amateur, but definitely like if you were just to like put me down and be like Virgo in the first house, this and this, like I need books, I need to like look stuff up. Like I wouldn't just be like, yes. So if you're if you're an aficionado, like you're going to think I'm really basic, but I know more than like people that like look it up in the paper and read their horoscope.
Yeah. I love it. This question from Amy is just funny to me. Have you ever used your fingers to wipe cream or sauce off your love interest's mouth? And one step further, have you then licked said substance off your own fingers?
I was like, are you trying to seduce me? Like, what is happening right now?
Well, true, but like in real life, would I do that? No. The thought of like wiping like mustard off my husband's mouth and then putting my finger in mine is, and I love my husband. I do not want to do that. But yet, when I watch it in K-dramas, or it was in a reality show, like His Man, the one guy wiped marshmallow. They were like having s'mores, and he wiped marshmallow off his like date's lips, and then he put his thumb in his mouth. And I have to admit, I was like, "Oh,
that's hot." I think watching it is hot.
But just I think
doing it myself. No,
just the thought of like smell, taste, texture.
Well,
I
mustard,
just can't
come
deal.
on. No, we're not going to do secondhand mustard.
I don't know why I said mustard, but I still probably wouldn't do it with chocolate.
Marshmallow? Mustard's sexier than ketchup.
Oh, but ketchup is gross. Yeah. No, that's
ketchup is grosser than mustard.
I mean, I don't know.
Mayo is grosser than mustard.
For sure.
You know what? I'm going to say just no to a condiment.
Yeah,
like it's got to be something sweet.
I'm sorry I brought up condiments.
Frosting, marshmallow, chocolate, sure.
Still
no condiments. Like, please don't be licking mayo off of other people's mouths.
I could get down with mustard. I could.
I love it in K-drama. In real life, it's a no. It's a no, dog. It's a no for me.
Look, I wish I had fingers in my mouth daily.
Oh my God, Leah.
I wish I did. I don't get to live that life. I did not save a country in my past life.
Oh,
You don't always get what you want.
oh.
But
Fingers
would
in-
I would.
No
Would you
matter,
put- would
no
you put
matter
Hol-
no matter the food.
I mean, look, I wouldn't want to do like, oh, God, what would be something that would be like not in? I mean, a Greek yogurt, yes.
Would you put Hongdae guy's fingers in your mouth?
I mean, is he just walking the streets of Hongdae
Well, he say he washed his hands.
now?
No, 20-year-old you.
Oh God, I would have deep throated them.
This went from will you wipe food off of somebody's mouth and eat it to will you just put someone else's
Just
fingers in your
put
mouth?
I mean, that was the. I mean,
Yeah.
this was the most romantic. I read this and I was like, am I getting turned on? Literally. Have you ever used your fingers to wipe cream or sauce off your love interest's mouth? One step further, have you then licked said substance off your fingers? Do you know what I think of? I think of what is that viral clip that Megan can't stop watching of
Oh, Udawan licking the
licking
cake.
touching the cake and
Insane.
licking his fingers.
Stop.
Yes, I would. Yes.
Yeah.
Hearty, yes. 10 out of 10.
I would do that to Udawan for sure. Anytime.
I would lick a gravy boat off of with giblets floating on the surface.
All right, we are moving on, and I've got a question that'll get us far away from here. So this is from patron Yarrow, and I'm gonna. I think this question can be broad and not just to Korean dramas, and I'll explain. So my questions are about shows based on books, etc. Any standout shows that are based on novels you've also enjoyed? Any novels you wish would be made into a K-drama? Are there any novels that remind you of a K-drama romance? I'm currently reading / listening to Pachinko, but not sure if I'm ready to watch the show. So I will be the first to say the only K-drama connected novel that I have read is Pachinko. And I loved it, and I loved the miniseries. I haven't finished season 2 yet, though. So what I mean by broadening it is like, let's broaden this to other books that we might have read, and that have been turned into movies or shows, or books that we've read that, could be turned into a K-drama. Because a good one that I think is the Jenny Han to All the Boys I Loved Before, like that whole series was turned into 3 movies on Netflix, but then it also spawned the spinoff, Exo Kitty, because Kitty is Lara Jean's younger sister. And Exo Kitty is a series that's in its 2nd season right now that is, I think, a great example of a Western crossover to K-drama, because she goes to school in South Korea. And my daughter and I watched season 1 together. We haven't watched season 2 yet. And my daughter, who's not into K-dramas, who I tried to get into K-dramas, we're watching the first season of Exo Kitty, and I'm pointing out all of the K-drama tropes, and she loves it.
Right.
I'm like, then you would love K-dramas, because this is a K-drama.
Right.
So Jenny Han got us there. I'll say she bridged the gap.
Good job, Jenny Han.
Yeah.
It's the tropes. Every
It is.
time. It's going to get it. It's
Okay, do you want to go?
yeah, well, this actually based on kind of what we were talking about, I like where did I just see that? Oh, this one by Emily. Now that you're several years
No, this question.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Answer the question. Yeah, go ahead. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I have 2. One is a movie I really love that is based on a book, and that is The Handmaiden. So we did a podcast on The Handmaiden, really enjoyed it. And
But you haven't read it, have you?
I have.
Oh, you have? Oh, I didn't know that you read it. Oh, that's awesome.
I went back and read it. So I read it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I read it in the last year. And so it's called Fingersmith by Sarah Waters. And it's set in
that title's just made for you.
Exactly. It's set in Victorian era Britain. And so it's really cool to see, like, after reading the book, I mean, it's a pretty good retelling, but they just pitched it as like a Gothic Victorian set in kind of Japanese occupied Korea, essentially, Japanese
Yeah.
occupied Korea. And so, but yeah, a lot, like basically the plot lines run very together, and it's a really good book. And then a Korean book that I really love that I think would make an excellent drama. I mean, sometimes, like, I think this one would break me, honestly. This is a book I read and I finished it at my son's water polo game, and I was sitting on the bleachers in like San Jose sobbing in the bleachers when I finished it. And the book is called Almond, and it's by Sun Won Pyong, and it came out in 2021. Found it because BTS had recommended it. It's like there's a song that Suga sings called Amygdala, and kind of like ties into that core concept of from this book as well. But essentially, he's born with an underdeveloped amygdala, this young boy, so it's hard for him to feel emotions like fear or anger. And so his mom feeds him almonds a lot, hoping that, because it's like an amygdala is shaped like almonds, so the mom feeds him almonds, hoping that he will develop his emotions. His mom runs a bookstore. There's a really horrible, violent act that happens that's really traumatic for him. But he basically makes one friend, and his friend is this troubled youth at school. So it's basically somebody who has underdeveloped emotions and has a hard time feeling things becomes friends with somebody who has like emotional dysregulation issues. So it's two boys becoming friends in high school. It's dealing with loss, it's dealing with tragedy. And oh my God, this book is gorgeous. And it's quite short too. I really recommend it. But really, it's very sad and painful, and then it opens up to being, like, I would say this is a book that would be a good comp to Let Free the Curse of Taekwondo. Like, it's not a BL book, but I would say it's a book that like gets quite hard and then opens up with a lot of healing, and that feels like really authentic.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to see this be a drama.
That's awesome. Okay. Is it okay if I go on to the next question now?
Yes.
Okay. I just like this question. It was by Emily. Wait, here it is. Now that you're several years into your K-drama journey, what makes you get excited about a new drama coming out? So like, what makes you sit up and go like, ooh? And I like this one because it's true. Like at this point, like we've seen a lot. But I would say it always comes back to the tropes. So if it's a good trope with a catchy premise, I need something like I'm simple. I want like a good catchy premise, but I need like a trope that I like. Like, again, beating a dead horse, like a bodyguard trope or something like that. So like tell me what the trope is immediately, especially if it's a romance. I need that up front.
I also think, because we've talked about being like mood watchers before, and I also think it depends on what mood I'm in. And we've done like a lot of contemporary stuff. I mean, like Way Back Love had, like a bit of a paranormal twist to it, but like it was mostly like a contemporary, drama where you just accept that one guy is, one person's dead.
Mm-hmm.
But so when Haunted Palace was dropping, I was like, I am in for something like more fantasy type. And because I haven't watched anything like fantasy in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still watching Haunted Palace. I'm watching it slow because I've had like a crazy couple weeks. But like, yeah, it'll depend on my mood. And so I was in the mood for fantasy. Fantasy was dropping, and it had, say a Moogie, like tell me less. That's all I need. And then we've got body swapping happening, and Moogie's inhabiting bodies, and yeah, I mean, it doesn't take a lot to get me excited if it's the right mood that I'm in, and I was in the mood for fantasy, so here I am.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I feel like I am a mood watcher, so sometimes it's a drama that just hits me when it's supposed to.
Yep.
It's fate sometimes.
So there's not like one thing now, after 4+ years that like I can say this one thing is going to get me every time, because it's not.
True.
It's not even like it used to be. Like, all right, if Gong Yu's in it, I'm watching it. Right? If Lee Min Ho's in it, I'm watching it. But that does not hold true anymore, because I tried When the Stars Gossip, and it didn't hit for me, and so I didn't continue. So yeah, it's gonna depend. Although I will say, Well, no, I think there's a question here about, I'm gonna save the thing I was gonna say for something later.
So I'll say for me, I was like trying to think about how to articulate it, and it's a kind of an unsatisfactory answer, but I'm going to do it anyway, but it pretty much mirrors what you are all saying, which is there's like, for me, an intuitive like gut check of, and I don't want to get pinned down to say if it has this element, it works for me. If it doesn't, it doesn't, because I contradict myself constantly with what I like
Same.
and what I don't like.
Yeah, I do too.
But I think that the things that I can guess on are, and I'm trying to think of like how to say this without sounding like an asshole, because I don't mean to knock a lot of shows that have brought me and so many people joy. But I would say that like sometimes, and I feel like I'm more sensitive to it now, having seen a lot, I get more of a sense of when somebody's like, I don't know, I'm just going to say it. And I think you see this in lots of things, not just Korean dramas. But when something's created and it feels slightly cynical, like I tune into it and I'm like, you know what? This was just like, you were going to throw some tropes together that were going to make it work. You were going to add some slapstick humor. Like, you know the cookie tastes good, so you're going to give me the cookie that tastes good, but I don't feel like there's a real heart in this cookie. And something where you just know, like, but then the thing is that somebody else might feel like they bit into that cookie and it had the biggest, warmest, gooeyest heart. So that's why I don't want to be like a total asshole about it. But for me, I feel like there's a sense a lot of times now where I'm like, you just can't give me some beautiful people. They knew each other as children. There's a serial killer in the mix. And there are some like scheming in-laws, and you think that you don't like it's kind of a faux enemies to lovers plot. And you're going to throw in like the product placement to get your paycheck and be like, enjoy this thing. I'm like, I feel as if I'm like, wine me and dine me. And so I feel like I'm a little bit harder to please now. And it's not that I go in like, entertain me. I'm not going to like this. It all is garbage. I want to be invested every single time. I want to be chasing the high every single time. I want to be all in every single time. And I think for me, it pretty much lives and dies in character for the most part. So if I'm invested in the character and I feel like there's the characterizations just hit me in a way that I'm like, I want to spend time with these people. I give a shit about what's happening with these people. And I really care. And watching the Taekwondo show, like, to me, it just gave me that thing of like, of course, this is like what I'm after. But conversely, like, My Sweet Mobster gave me that, where like I cared about them as people.
Right.
And so it doesn't always have to be these like serious, hard hitting things. But like Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha gave me that, and Our Blues gave me that. So like more of a lighthearted, kind of like more typical rom-com and with heart to it, and then more of like a ensemble vignette. So it's just, if you take the time to really care about the character, I feel like it's respectful to the audience, it's respectful to the actor, and it's respectful to yourself as a creator. And to like be able to be like, yeah, like make it a little bit more fully realized so that, yeah, like that's it. I really feel like I could, sometimes it's hard because I want to be like truth bomby, but I also just don't want to like, hurt people's feelings if they like certain things.
No, I think you were very succinct, and it makes sense what you're saying. You're saying, and sometimes it's just, it is what, like, I understand.
Yeah, sometimes you do just want to eat like the McDonald's hamburger too. I mean, maybe not the boycott, but like, yeah, you may just want to like eat like the fast food hamburger, and you're like, you know what? Life's hard. I just want to eat it and kind of not be super invested. And I had some people recently ask me for some recommendations on Twitter where they're like, I want something where I'm not very invested, where I can like watch it and I can turn it off. It's going to entertain me, and then I can put it away and not like think about it again.
Totally fair.
Totally fair.
And I think that goes back to the whole mood watching thing too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I think this also touches on what you were saying when we did our pod on Way Back Love, Lia, is, your reaction to that was like more of this, like, give me a drama that's going to make me feel all of the things. And I like that, and I love that, and I will watch 100 Way Back Loves, but I won't always be in the mood to, right? So sometimes I am going to want that like fluffy candy in between.
I'm 100%. Yeah. I 100% cannot just watch Way Back Loves over and over again.
No, that's what I'm saying.
I would like throw myself off a bridge. Like, I can't do that. I need like sometimes I want a cookie with a heart and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just want like a really kind of like sweet like Loft House cookie from the grocery store. You know, with like nothing to
And
it.
sometimes
that's
it hits.
okay.
Sometimes it hits.
And
So,
sometimes the Loft House cookie hits. You never know. So it's very true.
can I read one? Because I think this kind of goes with another one that's on the list here from Lauren. And it says, I have a special category of drama watching called dramas I can fall asleep to and not mind if I miss some of it. This is something like halfway between a comfort watch and a so tropey bad it's good. Lately, this was Crushology until they got to the last few episodes where I was annoyed enough to drop it. And I haven't watched this one, so I don't know. But do you have a similar category or recs for me to fall asleep to?
I fall asleep to true crime. So
That's healthy.
yeah, they're like, oh, she was stabbed like 59 times. And I'm like, like I don't know.
I'm so dreamy right now.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I actually don't watch dramas to fall asleep to. So, and if I do, I'll maybe watch a Loft House cookie Thai BL that has like no heart to it, and I just need something that's like playing. Or I watch like a variety show or something like that. It is hard. I'm the type of person that if I'm watching something, I'm invested in it. Like it's hard. Does that make sense?
Unless you're doing like a rewatch of something you already know. Like for me, that would be the only way I could do it.
Yeah.
But again, I don't do it because I don't rewatch because there's so much new stuff to watch.
Yeah, I would say that if I'm falling asleep, it's generally either like, well, I'm exhausted, but like it's generally a sign of a bad, like something I'm not a sign of a bad drama. That's not correct. So a sign that I am not investing in the drama. So here's a good example is there's a JBL that a couple people in the Patreon really like, and it's called When It Rains, It Pours. I fell asleep every single time that drama came on. It didn't matter if it was like 6 p.m. or like midnight. Every time it came on, within like 15 minutes, I was like, and like 3 episodes had gone by, and I was like, shit, rewind, go back. So I did that, and I did it every single time. So whatever it was that drama had for me, like it was not on the butter that I needed, and it was like actively, but it just knocked me out every single time. And it took me a full week to watch it, and this is not a long drama because I fell asleep every single time I watched it.
I guess I would say if you're looking for a drama to fall asleep to, my recommendation would be to just rewatch one of your favorite dramas.
Yeah.
Because then you can miss something and it's okay. But yeah, I don't know of any dramas right now that I could say you could doze off and miss some of it and then pick it back up. I'm not that savvy, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean that's like soap opera territory where you can like skip 10 years
like if
still pick
if I turned on
up.
General Hospital right now, I guarantee you I would know what was going on.
I think I might if I turned on Days of Our Lives. I bet I would pick it up really quick. It's been like 20 years.
So you were General Hospital, you were Days of Our Lives.
No, I did both. I watched GH and Days.
I watched Days.
And
Passions.
A soap opera, Passions. I've never even heard of that.
Oh, Passions was
that was
crazy.
Like a newer. That was like a later one.
There was like a doll that would come to life only for like the old lady who had the doll. It was wild. There were paranormal aspects to it. Anyway,
so when I was little, my mom used to lock me out of the house. She denies doing this, but she did this. She used to lock me out of the house and watch All My Children. And I would have to play outside and not bother her. And that was her special time. And she's like, this never happened. I'm like, no, I didn't. I definitely it happened.
Yeah.
But I never watched soap operas until I went to Australia for my study abroad, and my house watched it. Like my housemates watched it. So I spent about 4 months watching Bold and the Beautiful, like every
wow.
And we would come home, and I was like part of it. Like I got.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It did not take long to catch up. I will tell you that. Like I felt like within 3 days I was like fully in.
Well, the soap opera like machine is crazy because it's every day.
Every day. And so if they need my favorite part is like if someone was sick, they would just be like, and today playing Marlena is, like Sally Smith. And it was just so, I remember my roommate in college, I would come home. She scheduled her classes around days. and Days of Our Lives. And I would come home and I remember she would be on our like ugly floral couch, eating her lean cuisine pizza, watching Days of Our Lives like every day at 1:00.
And they would just recast people like permanently too. Like it would just be all of a sudden this person's different.
Yeah, and I when I got out of college, I was a copy editor for my newspaper, so my hours were 5 p.m. to like 2 a.m. So I would sleep until, I don't know, 10. Once I would get home, my sleep obviously was later. I would get up and I would watch Days when I ate breakfast. Like my work schedule like helped me watch Days of Our Lives. It was great. And then I stopped watching it when I like went back to work for like normal hours. But yeah, I watched Days for like a really long time. But yeah, I don't think I don't maybe pick up a soap opera if you fall asleep to something. Like they do still have them, right? Like
I think they even have like daytime K-drama soap operas.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah, see, they do. I know, because I think those are definitely like a different kind.
Yeah,
right. Those are like a different
and
different
we do not know
storylines.
very much about those.
No.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, you just got to find something where the story is going to be easy to pick back up after a little snooze.
unless you want to rewind every time. I can't do that. That drives me crazy. Because then I'll like see something that happened. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, now how do we get there?
Right.
And then the whole time I'm watching, I'm like, well, how are we getting to that scene that I saw in the future? Like, I hate that because that's what I constantly think about. So that would drive me crazy. And then we have one question from J.M. Harris. Why am I in love with Kong Newell? And truly, why aren't you?
Right. I mean, I thought that my response was, I think the question should be for anybody who is not. Like, why aren't you?
Why aren't you?
I just said, welcome to my polycule.
Yeah.
I have with my open marriage to offer is still on the table, Kong Newell. I know this is a zesty, tempting offer. I will wipe condiments off your face and eat them any day.
With that giant mouth, no condiments.
Oh my God.
Condiments are getting misplaced.
You just gave me a shiver.
Oh my God. He does have such a big mouth.
Such a big mouth.
It's just a lot to look at.
I'm going to start his new drama. I wanted to get through Taekwondo and then
Same.
This mouth. I've mentioned this before, so this isn't new territory. I want him to unhinge his mouth like a Pez dispenser and just like bottom me up. Like just take me in. Show me God in your uvula. Like I just want to hang on the dangly thing on the back of his throat.
Let me at those tonsils.
Oh my God, that mouth is crazy.
I know.
It makes me psychotic.
And I think he's eating a lot in Tasteful Years. I don't know. I'm starting it next. I'm ready to go. He's like a chaebol, isn't he? I think. I actually know nothing about Tasteful Years.
Very little. I know there's like chefing that happens.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Yes, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
I don't know. Whatever is going in that mouth, I wish there was a camera in his mouth. He can take it. He can take the objectification. I hope he's flattered. Come on. You've made a 45-year-old woman in America very happy.
With your giant mouth. Can you imagine? They sometimes have like celebrities read their thirsty tweets.
Mm-hmm.
And they've had some I think they had like MC Wan? They had like one K-drama actor do it, but they were very tame. I saw like BM from Card, Big Matthew. He had one that those were not tame.
Yeah, his.
Can you imagine if they had Kong Newell? Comment was one from you. I want Kong Newell to unhinge his jaw like a Pez dispenser and swallow me. Can you imagine?
And I hang from his uvula. I would like to. You know what? I think he would be like, yeah, thank you.
I want this to happen so bad. I want him to read. I want to see his reaction when he reads that comment.
Oh, baby.
Do they have Pez dispensers? They have Pez dispensers in South Korea, right? That's not like a...
If I ever go to a fan meet, I'm just bringing him a Pez dispenser.
that you've
just going to give it to him and wink. Be like, he knows.
That you've colored to look like him.
That has my phone number written on it. That's like, will you be in my polycule?
Oh, Concondual. I can't wait to start that new one. I think it'll be good.
I can't either. He looks amazing, and I've tried not to look at much, but like the little I've seen, he looks so good.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're about good. I mean, there's definitely some questions that people ask that we might have to
There's a lot
save.
of great in here that could be like whole podcasts.
I know.
Yes,
that's
and
what I'm
that's
saying.
one thing I always say when I put the question out there. We can't get to everything. Like we've already been going for almost 90 minutes, I think. We can't get to everything, and sometimes our patrons give us stuff that's so good that we want to save it for an entire episode.
Yeah.
So just know we don't forget about y'all. We just
Yeah.
kind of save some stuff for later.
Yeah. So thank you for giving us some fodder for tonight, and thank you all for listening. That was really fun. I had a good time.
And we got to end on Concondual's unhinged jaw. So
And me inside.
what better way to go?
I want him to smile, and I'm peering out from between his teeth.
Oh my God. On that note, thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Annyeong.
Kamsahamnida. Thank you for listening to Afternoona Delight. Where can you find us outside the pod? Head on over to afternoonadelight.com. That's AFTERNOONADELIGHT.com. You'll find links to all our social media, our book recs, K-pop and K-skincare recs, and if you want even more Afternoona Delight, because really who doesn't, you can join our Patreon, where you can choose the patron level that's right for you. Join in daily K-drama conversations, listen to bonus podcast episodes just for patrons, and participate in our monthly live K-drama support group via Zoom. We can't wait for you to be a part of the community. Until next time, annyeong!